All right, so let's move on. We got to talk about our comment section and some of the things that we've. It's funny, man.
Ask the fight guys.
Why are you guys? You guys. First of all, you're not using the hashtag. Use the hashtag. Ask the fight guys, so that we can go ahead and easily pull up what you've been saying, even if sometimes it is downright crazy. Some of the stuff that people are saying is just cracking me up. So. Peter, did you want to start off? I know you had one specifically that was aimed at you that you wanted to maybe address.
I just like when guys call me a lot. You're a straight up liar.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know why so many people are calling you a liar.
You're a Joshua hater.
Yes, you are.
Simply because I said that I think that Deontay Wilder would knock Anthony Joshua out.
Yeah.
So I gave an opinion that I feel that if they fought, that number one, I felt that Deontay would still knock out Anthony Joshua. I also think this particular person who, I think he goes by Maya Joe.
Yes.
I understand that you're a big Joshua fan. I could see that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think Anthony Joshua's great for boxing, great fighter. It has nothing to do with anything. I still feel he quit against Ruiz in the first fight. And if that annoys you, it annoys you. Doesn't make me a liar. And it doesn't change the fact that I still believe that if Wilder would be able to land that one punch, that Joshua would still go. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. No. So I'm interested in knowing what the liar part was and, why you would think that I basically would be a Joshua hater simply because I think that someone else is going to beat him, considering he's already taken a loss where he quit.
See, and like I said the last time, I have a problem with the quit concept.
I know, but I'm right. But I want to know at what part does Maya Joe think that I'm lying about?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure where the lying part came in either. I think they're definitely.
So you're a straight up liar.
A straight up, not crooked.
Straight up liar.
Not even nothing sideways. Nothing.
Listen, Maya Joe looks like a nice guy, by the way.
Yeah, he does. He does. Is a cool dude. Like he looks like a dude.
Looks good. Looks sharp.
You know what I mean? He looks like he might have a pretty good right hand himself. So
could be. But
I would have to agree with you, Peter, on this one. I do believe that Deontay stops Joshua. It's boxing. It's style, and styles make fights.
But have we ever not said, Brian? Sorry to cut you off here because it's like dumbfounds me that we say something like this and then people want to like call us out. Just because we think that Wilder will knock Joshua out, okay, doesn't mean that we don't believe that Wilder's a very limited fighter.
Right.
He has that one thing. He has knockout power. That is the equalizer.
Yes. I mean, it's like this, right? Ruslan Provodnikov is one of the most limited fighters I've seen to make it to a certain level in the last 10, 15 years. Right. Like to make it to a championship level, he's one of the most limited guys I've seen, right? Timothy Bradley chose to fight him in a way that allowed Provodnikov to have a chance to win. It was a style, a mentality, a demeanor style setup that gave Provodnikov a chance. Timothy Bradley could have boxed circles around Provodnikov and made him want to quit in the 6th round because he simply couldn't touch it. He had something to prove because he came in, he had been, vilified for having been, getting the decision against Pacquiao the first fight. He had something to prove. Bradley has always seemingly had an issue with people disrespecting his power or the lack thereof. And he came in there, he wanted to show he had this crack and he picked the wrong guy. And I think it effectively helped shorten his career.
Yeah.
Because he picked the wrong guy to fight this way with. I say that to say a limited fighter against the right kind of guy has a better chance to win sometimes than you would think he should when you're comparing skill for skill, because the way combat sports works is that if your one skill is big power, you have a chance to win, even though you might not be technically better than the other guy. And that's the thing about combat sports that's different than every other sport. I might be a better dunker than you in basketball, but if that's all I can do, I'm probably not going to win.
Yeah,
I might be a better home run
but
hitter.
Brian, I'm 5'9". You're 6'6". I'm just saying. So
It's true, but
you have that advantage. I mean,
I might be a better home run hitter than you, but if that's the only aspect to my baseball team or to me as a player, and you do everything else well, that guy's who was more well-rounded is going to be a better player. And he's going to win the games. That doesn't work that way all the time in boxing. That one thing can change it. And so for us to say that doesn't really discredit AJ. It's just observing this is how boxing works.
Right. It also doesn't make us a liar.
No,
or necessarily hating somebody.
You've been in boxing long enough, Peter, to understand that there is no in between.
I know.
You either this.
But I like Maya Joe after Yes. Even though he called me a straight up liar.
Sports is just this world of extremes.
Yeah.
You're not allowed. Like, it's so funny. Everybody's watching Last Dance, which is a fantastic documentary. Oh my God, it's blowing my mind. But the thing of it is now, people have it where if you like LeBron, you can't like Michael Jordan. If you like Michael Jordan, you can't like LeBron. It has to be an extreme,
Right.
And so that's the whole thing. So if you don't agree with Maya Joe, then you're a liar.
Right.
That's just the way it goes.
All right.
That's just the way it goes. So, all right, let's address the next comment. We had a comment. Someone said that they wanted me to provide them proof of when Anthony Joshua said I don't know what the lightning rod was with Joshua. I think, what I really think it is? I think it comes from the fact that Joshua it came from the hardcore casual. He says, can you provide proof of when AJ said he will freeze Wilder out? I've heard Wilder say that AJ say that, and I've heard many interviews Wilder saying that he's going to freeze AJ out. Also, AJ did an interview stating that what he would do to Wilder, which was along the lines of what Fury did. But I get you guys you have to support your American fighter and discredit AJ like he has no chance of landing his jab, hooks, straights, and uppercuts on Wilder. Wilder stepped up twice and almost got bodied. This is some BS biased commentary. Look at the resume of Wilder and AJ and look at who fought the better fighters, the bigger threats, and the better wins. If AJ lands on Wilder, he'll be stopped and vice versa. But y'all top biased, I think it's supposed to be too biased. Y'all too biased to even see this as 50-50. Also, you got the nerve to say Ortiz would beat AJ knowing he ducked a $5 million offer before Ruiz stepped in. Everything said in this video was straight biased BS. So that was from the hardcore casual. So let me address the hardcore casual. First and foremost, it was on, there's a tweet that we're putting on the screen right now, and it is from the BBC, where essentially Anthony Joshua flat out said it. It's a video actual interview where he says straight-faced, and the tweet from the BBC, which was sent March 24th, 2018, he said, Anthony Joshua says he will, quote unquote, freeze Wilder out if talks don't progress. The WBA and IBF champ, because he hadn't beaten Joseph Parker yet, also has his eye on the scales before meeting Joseph Parker. So then they have the link to the interview. So first and foremost, so clearly that did happen. Secondly, again, no one is being biased towards AJ. As a matter of fact, I love Anthony Joshua. So put it like this. Take out my analysis of the sport and all of that. And you ask me as a fan, who would I root for in Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder? I'd root for Anthony Joshua. So you can take all of that out and dump it in the trash because that's who I would root for.
Right. But Brian, and they also have to do a little bit more research on us in what we've written in Forbes, respectively. I mean, we've written a lot of pieces supporting Joshua.
The thing about me is this, and I'm this way as a person that follows sports. I've always been able to separate fandom from analysis. And that is what separates people who are fans from people who are journalists or who are paid to cover a sport. If you cannot say the person or team that I root for doesn't have a chance to win this thing, then you're a fan only. And hardcore casual, you just got TKO'd. So let's go ahead and go over to the next comment, which comes from Ibrahim Mail. He says, Brian, LDBC is calling your name. I had to look that up. The Lions Den Boxing Club, I think is what it stands for. He said, oh, LDBC is your calling. You lie so calmly. Wow. Why is both of us lying?
I don't know.
You want him to reveal his game plan before the fight. So this is Anthony. This is another response to that Anthony Joshua thing. Then Ibrahim Mail, and I appreciate you watching, Ibrahim, because you watched two different videos. You also commented on Roy Jones' blast Deontay Wilder for Tyson Fury. He says, Brian, you are a PBC fanboy. Wilder does not have no equalizer. It's all a myth. Plus, Peter hit the nail on the head. Oh, Peter got a fan. He says, Brian, you are a grown man. Have some dignity and stop fanboying Wilder PBC unless, of course, you are paid to parrot their narratives. Peter,
I gotta say something.
You're a lying weasel, Peter.
I gotta say something. First of all, Ibrahim, neither of us get paid by any promoter or any entity to support any narrative. Okay, this is our show. We do it because we really love talking about the sport. We enjoy doing this together. I'm a manager. I manage a lot of fighters. Brian is a journalist and writes. You know, he is a fan, but. I
feel like I gotta throw some of these because I feel like they're coming at me. You know.
Listen.
No.
Here's the thing. We give our opinions. Okay. We give our opinions. These are our opinions. This is our channel. It's our show. We have no dog in any of these fights. You know, unless we're specifically talking about a fight that I would have an interest in which I would be very clear about. Right. We have no interest financially in any of these fights. So we're not pushing any narrative. No one's lying. We're giving our opinions. So, you know, what do you want me to tell you? Brian's...
we just don't... Sometimes you just... I think the world just has to learn how to disagree better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't think what I think. It's all good. But
you're wrong.
But Deontay Wilder knocked Anthony Joshua out.
Yeah, you're wrong. He's going to knock him out.
It's just what it is. I'm sorry, but that's what would happen.